He went to prison to protect me. Now he's back holding a ring, asking me to live with what I did. I was 17 when I destroyed both our lives, and 29 when he walked back into it, older, quieter, and holding the same broken heart I left him with the night everything changed. We were childhood best friends, neighbors in a sleepy Welsh town called Brecon, where summers were endless and secrets lived beneath the surface of things. His name was Jamie. Everyone loved Jamie, even the teachers. Especially my father, who always said Jamie had more honor in his pinky than most men had in their whole body. But no one knew what we had late night walks, shared laughter under, pub lights, and the kind of glances that say more than any kiss ever could. It wasn't public, it wasn't official. It wasn't allowed, not for my family, not for his, but it was real. And it ended the night I took my dad's car, high on vodka and heartbreak, and crashed it into the side of a lorry outside Abergavenny. I don't remember screaming, just the silence after. The man in the other car died, a father of 2, a husband, a name I read in the papers and never forgot. I blacked out at the wheel, woke up in hospital with glass in my mouth and Jamie holding my hand. He didn't hesitate. He told the police he'd been driving, that I'd only been in the passenger seat, that I tried to stop him, that he lost control. And the thing is, they believed him because Jamie was good. Always had been. They took him in cuffs the next morning. I screamed, I begged. He just looked back at me once, and it wasn't fear in his eyes, it was peace, like he knew this was his choice. Like he'd made it long ago. He was 18 when he was sentenced, manslaughter. 5 years, they said. Good behavior might make it less. But time plays cruel games with good men. Fights in prison, solitary. Another 2 added on. 7 years. 7 years I lived in silence. I left Brecon, moved to Bristol, cut off everyone. Got a job in a library, lived in a 1-bedroom flat where the walls never stopped whispering. Every year on the crash anniversary, I left flowers on the dead man's grave. Every year I waited for a knock that never came. Until last month. Until the morning I opened my door and there he was, Jamie. Clean-shaven, gunner, but his eyes still the same. He didn't smile, didn't speak, just held out a small velvet box. Inside was a ring, gold, simple, my mother's. He must have taken it the night before the crash. She'd given it to me once and I'd never worn it. Will you? He asked, just that. No anger, no drama. Like 7 years hadn't carved a canyon between us. I laughed, then cried, then slammed the door, but the sound of his voice didn't leave me, nor did the guilt. I met him again, in a park, in silence. We sat for hours watching ducks glide across a pond, and he finally spoke. I did it because I knew your life would be over. And mine, well, it wasn't worth much without you anyway. I wanted to scream, to shake him, to say, you ruined your life for me. But all I said was, I didn't ask you to. He nodded. I know, but I did it anyway. That night, I told him I wasn't the girl he once knew, that I lived in shadows now, that I didn't deserve him. He just said, none of us get what we deserve, but sometimes we still get each other. The wedding was small. Just us, no family, no friends, a registrar who didn't know the truth. I wore a secondhand dress. He wore a suit that didn't quite fit. And when he slid that ring onto my finger, I didn't feel like a bride. I felt like a criminal marrying her sentence. But I said yes. Not because I forgave myself, but because he already had. And sometimes that has to be enough.